Welcome back to Urban Child Development. You know that show where we cover off the cuff questions on how we raise our kids in an urban environment. These are the Gambinos. Today we're gonna be talking about Boosie Badass and his daughter and their conflict. They went from his daughter telling everybody when he getting out of jail to now they are not talking to each other, and there's been some harsh words going back and forth. We're gonna see what the panel thinks about that. All right, African.
I think everything don't belong on social media, and he shouldn't have, made a song. This song against his daughter. However, I understand and I feel his pain because she got on and said some real harsh stuff. And man, that's the only way he can get it off is, off his chest through his music. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have went that far, but hey, I understand where he's coming from.
How did you feel? I want to know from each and every one of y'all. How did y'all feel about the particular fact that he said he would black her eye? Mar.
See, it's hard because it's a daughter, right? And you're encouraging violence, and it's just you. It's one thing it's your kid, but when it comes to a daughter, I think there's just you can't say things to a daughter versus a son, right? But regardless, you're encouraging that. God knows the history behind of what has happened in the past, but you don't say stuff like that. You could say things. He's intelligent enough to rap about stuff without really going into detail, but I think saying that about Black Eye with his daughter, like who does that? Like that's your child, like that's your seed. Like you don't do that. You could say something, but don't go that far. It's too much.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not perfect, so please don't judge me. I have said things like that to my daughter, but in the heat of me finding out that she was fucking, or me finding out that she skipped school and went to DC, those things get immediate reactions sometimes that I can't
right.
Yeah, I fix your face or hold your teeth. Don't make me fuck you up. I know you ain't making no goddamn face at me. Fix your face. Things of that nature, but I ain't go too far, but I definitely said I would crack her goddamn jaw if she keep performing the acts that she was performing out here in public without consulting anybody's parents or even having a plan of what you're doing or knowing what you're doing and doing it without the information that you would need to be safe. So I ain't saying I'm perfect, so I am not agreeing with Boosie, and I know I was wrong when I did it, and I think it's wrong, but in the heat of the moment, I ain't gonna lie. I understand it's crazy shit. All right, perfect. Sorry. Yo,
I think Boosie got too much fame. He gotta watch what he says, regardless how bad it is. And Boosie, his mouth is horrible. It will always be horrible, regardless of what it is. I would have taken everything from her. I think he gives her too much. I think he gives all his kids too much, although he can afford it. But it has to be some type of discipline. If you're talking about giving your child a what did she get on a Mercedes? What she got?
She got AMG, bro. She got
AMG, and she's only 5 hours old. Like what she's doing getting that? That doesn't make any sense. Like when they see stuff like that, they have a lot of power. And then that power gets higher and higher. And after a while, depending on where he's raised at, was he raised in Louisiana or the Rouge, where he's raised at?
Shit, Atlanta.
Well, she was in Atlanta. She's back in Louisiana with her mom.
Yeah, so where she's at, she's gonna get those influences that she's around, and she's gonna start going at the mouth from that jail thing. She was happy that her dad got out of jail. Now she run the videos like that wasn't me. That's not the same person you think I am. You can't be doing that, man. And then your kids gonna do the same thing too.
How did y'all feel about the young lady saying that she wished he would have stayed on death row? Africans.
That's disrespectful.
See, so fucked up, right? So in Boozie's defense, right? I just got through reading his book. So I understand where he coming from, why he goes so hard for his kids, why he try to give them, everything he got. When you come out your mouth and talking about you wish I'd have stayed on death row, you deserve all the smoke. I'm sorry. You wishing death on me. Regardless of everything else, you wish death on me. And I'm your father, and I've been there the whole time. The only thing he really did that I disagree with, he should have said what he said about a mama. But everything else was well deserved.
What you say about the mom?
He said that her mother was having sex. I'm gonna say it in a way that we can still have it on the channel because Africana's about to say some ignorant shit. He said her mother was having sexual relations with her brother. And her brother had 6 bodies underneath his belt, and Bootsy had a friend with him when he encountered the mother in sexual relations, and that's why he went back to the door to figure out who the baby daddy was, of that, just putting out there.
Oh, wow.
On the internet.
I think we all have heard parents threaten, say things that they just say right in the house.
Yeah.
And in the house and around people. But when you go to social media and you're blasting your business like that, your family business, then it's like that you're going too far, because this is still a child. Whether they're grown or not, that's still a child and you're still a parent. And what example are you showing? You're putting out all your business like that. Like, I agree, just take everything away, cut it down. And he would have got more praise saying that, listen, my daughter is saying some stuff that I don't agree with. We're going to keep it classy. And now behind scenes, then you deal with that behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the day, like, you're still a grown man and this is still your child. So then you got people thinking like, oh, you beat on your kid like that, that's that bad. You're doing all these things. And then, yeah, the death row thing, that's not okay. But the back and forth, it's just getting nastier and nastier. And it was going to come out eventually. At some point, that was going to happen. That out. But yeah, they need to keep it in the back.
I'm with you. I think certain family business should not be out here in the streets, and they putting it all out for public's information. And my other thing that I didn't like is the fact that he got a case, and she know he got a case, and he says things that could probably hinder him in his case.
Yeah.
Are you trying to send the breadwinner of the family back to prison where he can't provide for you, even in the most minuscule way, even though you fucked up? I don't agree. Another thing I want to know from each and one of y'all, I'm gonna go with Joey on this one. What do you think about what the mother was saying? How she in the background and gassing it up and things of that nature? Do you think she's in the right?
She's in the wrong, because you can't be, as a parent, you can't be, I don't care how bad the mother or the father is, you can't talk down on them, because I'm gonna tell you right now, you talk down on them, but you lay down and give him a baby. You know how that person is the whole time, but I'm telling you right now, you lay down and give somebody a baby, or get them pregnant, you ain't no better than that the next person. You cannot talk bad about them, and then you get mad when your kids grow up and continue doing that to the wife or the girlfriend, the boy or the husband. They do the same thing. So you have to be careful what you say, because these kids absorb stuff. And if you got that father or mother who's not in their life, and they just say, yeah, mommy said this, I ain't been with you in years, but mommy said this about you, or daddy said this about you, that looks bad. So it's going back and forth, and your kid's life, his mentality is messed up.
Afghani?
Yeah, I feel the same way. She should not be gassing up. She know what type of dude Boosie was, right? At the same time, though, it's like his ignorance is what makes him successful, because he's not that good of a rapper. His albums don't be that good. But
whoa, sir. We're not gonna let your musical opinion hinder this channel. Go ahead, keep speaking.
Let me get to it, right? The reason why we listen to Boosie, because everything that nigga talk about doing, we know he done did it. He real. He's so ignorant. We know the crap you talking about is real. So flock to it, right? Versus somebody else, because he puts it all out there. Now, she knew what type of dude he was from the get-go. You already knew how he act, y'all whoop the whoop. You know what's not fake. That ain't for TV. You're gonna try to put him away. You know he give you money. You know he giving you what, 78, whatever he's giving you a month. You ain't got to work. I know he buying you cars and stuff like that. You hit a lick. Sometimes you ought to be like, you know what? Maybe I need to shut my mouth. Don't come bite your hand to feed me. Say what I gotta say when off the internet. But the internet ain't the place for it.
Mar, what you think?
That shows you the environment that this daughter is raised in. Absolutely. Because if the mom had any type of class, she wouldn't have. I mean, yeah, any parent can get upset, but that shows the type of environment that they've been in for years, decades, whatever. So that's what's going to come from that. Because if she had some class and she was the better parent, I should say, that would have never. She would have put that. She would have probably stolen her own daughter. Like, shut up. He's paying for everything up in here. But instead, they're so in their feelings that they can't even see, like, do y'all understand? And if this man cut y'all off, y'all have nothing. Then what he gonna be doing? So I think that's just the environment that should be an example of why it is important that if you're not ready to be a parent, don't be a parent. Because if that's not a mom, that's not a legit concerned parent. That's her friend. That's a friend. That's her homegirl in the back hyping her up.
Well, she did have recorded messages of Boosie. I don't appreciate that neither. Why are you recording each other?
You can't be doing that.
Yeah, you can't be doing that.
If you don't take that shit to court ASAP, you cannot be doing that to have that leverage across your kid and yourself personally.
Important conversations. That's very federalish. Would you have took the car back?
Huh?
Would you have confiscated the car?
Yes, 100%. Yep. The moment you run your mouth and do that, I'm taking that car away. How you gonna run your mouth to me and I'm taking care of you like that? Okay, cool. Especially he took the car away behind you doing something I'm telling you not to do in the car. So if I didn't give you the car, I gave you restrictions upon it. That's why he took it away. So everything else was on her. You got to pay the consequences of your actions.
Mar, would you have took the car?
Everything. Phone cut off. Everything. Cut off car, insurance. Matter of fact, keep the car, take the insurance because they can't pay for the insurance. Or just whatever. Just the bicycle. Throw a bicycle in there. Take the car. Take everything. Everything.
Joy, you taking the car?
Yeah, you're going to walk. Start off day one.
Boom.
Ain't got no damn job.
I agree. I'm putting bus passes on beds.
Everything. Put a scooter on there. Put a little.
Ain't putting the scooter ride too fast.
Skateboard.
I got two things whenever y'all ready.
Go ahead.
All right, the first one is it's about Texas. So Texas, new Texas law requires drunk drivers to pay child support if they kill a parent or guardian. How do you guys feel about that?
I agree.
Yeah, 100.
Mr. Moore, Tracy.
I totally agree.
Okay.
And it's you taking a child's parent, you taking the child's well-being away from the child. No matter what it was, that person was taking care of that child. That child didn't have a job. The child can raise itself. So I think you should definitely help in the raising of that child since you took the child's parents' guardian's life.
Mar?
Hopefully that brings the seriousness of drinking and driving, because it is too easy to pick up the phone, call Ubering friends. It's too much. Something has to be done. These DUIs are coming out like flies. It's ridiculous at this point. And it could be anybody. It could be one of us, our kids. Like, it's too much. So yeah, I think I don't think they should have named it child support. It should have been something else. But but it should be some type of something comes from that, yes.
Afrikaners?
I think it should be more than child support, right? Because first of all, if you did it to the point where you don't kill somebody, that means you in prison. You know what I'm saying? So therefore, I believe that you should be able to work and get a job and pay like everybody else, but every dollar you get need to go to that child because you took their parent away because you made a stupid decision. There's no reason to drink and drive these days. You know what I mean? Yes. There's Uber, there's Lyft, there's cabs. Come on now. No reason to drink and drive.
I ain't gonna take everything. I need them to be able to live so I can get some more. If I take everything, then they ain't got nowhere to stay, and eventually they're gonna quit their job, and then I ain't getting shit. So I need them to be able to at least be okay.
Yeah, but if you don't kill somebody, that means that's at the very least that's vehicular manslaughter. You're going to prison.
But there's a lot of that.
If you of the right persuasion, you might walk out of that courtroom.
It's very, very true, very true. But I know
right back to your $200,000 job like ain't nothing fucking happened.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I know an individual right now that's in a similar situation. You know, his persuasion is not going to help him walk out, even though he thinks it is.
He is definitely black. Go ahead with your next question, Joey.
China just had a law for the kids and obviously in their country, a minimum of 2 hours on their phones You think we should do the same?
A minimum or maximum?
Minimum of 2 hours. Oh, maximum. I'm sorry, maximum of 2 hours.
You said child?
Yeah, the kids for being on the phone, anything technology, right? That's basically phone. Anything that keeps the phone from like and then the parent and that stuff, talking to them and stuff like that. Cause we be on our phone all the time. Phone, tablet.
2 hours? You saying 2 hours, then it cuts off?
Yeah.
When it come back on?
Probably the next day.
Oh.
I don't know. I kind of feel
Let's say my piece. So my son don't have a phone, right?
Oh, it could be tablet, anything like that too. So
for me, my son cannot play the game or be on anything during the week. So when Friday school, and his schedule is from 6 o'clock in the morning to 8:30 at night. He gets out of school at 6:45. So he don't get free time during the week. He's on a schedule. So to me, on the weekend, like that's your time to decompress. So, I mean, I don't know if that 2 hour thing, but I feel like there should be a little bit more of limitations, I should say, for parents who use their iPad and tablets as like a here, just to get them out of their faces. Yeah. Like that's a problem because you're not educating your children. But for the kids that are busy, they have games, they have stuff. Damn, let that kid be on the thing for a couple hours. He want to relax. I don't see nothing wrong with it, but I think there should be a stricter limitation. I wouldn't say 2 hours, but
time.
Yeah, but I mean,
managing the time.
Understand, because my son isn't on there for 2 hours straight. Like he'll get off, he'll play with his toys, like. So for a kid, I think 2 hours is a while, but it's hard for me to think about that because my son ain't just on it. He gets tired of it alone, and then
you got 2 hours per day. They can like you said how he does play with his toys, go back, play with his toys, go back. Could do like 30 minutes, 15-minute increment. They could do that.
Rollover minutes.
No, they wouldn't do. There's no AT&T rollover stuff.
Okay.
Years ago.
If they did rollover minutes, I would agree because I'm with Mar because I used to until this year. I didn't allow my son to touch his games or anything during the week. The only time he could play with his shit was on the weekend.
Yeah.
So giving it to him for 2 hours on the weekend would kind of piss him off. He can only get it for 2 hours if he ain't got it all week. That's what I'm saying. Like if the hours rolled over, then hey, we do. I do agree there should be a time limit on it. I do, but I don't think 2 hours is. I think 2 hours is a lot of time during the week, but on the weekend, I think that's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of these kids, especially depending on the age, I think it definitely should be depending on age on the time period. Because when you got a 13-year-old kid, he don't want to fuck with you. He don't want to do nothing you doing. He want to be in the room with his friends on the game, talking on the phone. He don't want to be around you.
Mm-hmm.
I get it when he like 7 or 8. He want to be right next to you, up under you. I get it. 2 hours is definitely enough for a 7 or 8-year-old. But for a 13-year-old, man, if you don't bump that shit up to 5 hours, you lost your mind.
So I disagree with the law based on the fact, okay, so China is a communist country, right? That's one thing. But in America, I disagree, right? Because I don't think the government should tell me anything about how to raise my child. If I want to give my child the phone for 2.5 hours, that should be on me. If I don't want to give him the phone at all, that should be on me. You should not be able to tell me when and where my child can be on the phone. Furthermore, let's say your child is, I don't know, 11, 12 years old. They may have some sports or something up there, right? You getting off work, you can't find your kid somewhere because they went over their 2-hour time limit with their phone. That's a problem. So for you to, you start restricting stuff like that, no, leave that up to the parents. I don't want the government telling me how to do anything in my house. You know what I mean? So I'm against it.
I was not have my child done school. I agree with the 2 hour thing. Summertime, I let him do what he want, but towards him going back, I cut it down to 2 hours. I told his mom as well. But I can't speak on that because I don't have him for school. But for summertime, I let him do what he want for that. But I think the 2 hours is good for me. But he be on the Oculus though. He don't be doing nothing else, but no PS5 or nothing like that, which is kind of crazy.
It's kind of.
Oh, so are these just said phone or any electronic device?
They said the phones.
Oh, okay.
You'll lose your mind. They said 2 hours for you, huh? Because you had to put them clippers down.
I ain't got no more questions though.
All right, that's it for this week's episode of Urban Child Development. Check us out next time.
Where Derek at? He ain't doing no ice cream run right now. It's too dark. Wait, reason?
Time to turn off the recording.
You don't even know. He's still on there.
There we go.
What's that stuff? Oh, it's on the top right now. I usually be right in front of it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, all right, there you go. All right.